Hello my friends and family, and welcome to another video. In this video today, I actually this morning went over to my rehab specialist. We did deads, a bunch of leg day stuff, and we went over the movements and how I'm doing them right and wrong. But I thought I don't want to go to the gym again and hit another leg day. So I thought today would be a cool opportunity to show you guys, one, a body weight leg workout that you can do anywhere, anytime, that's actually really freaking tough. If you try it, you're gonna see. And then two, I want to show you guys what HIIT is. You might have heard of this before. It's called high intensity interval training cardio. So basically what I'm doing is I'm taking these 4 exercises and I'm doing 10 reps on each of them, and if they're unilateral, meaning they have a left and a right side, then I'm doing each of those for 10 reps as well. That's one interval, and then I'm probably gonna do this for, I'd say 5 intervals personally, but you can start with 1 interval and then work yourself up. If it's easy, then just add another interval, and eventually it's gonna get really hard. All right, so now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna show you guys some high intensity interval training. So this is a cardio technique. You may have heard of it before, HIIT. You might have wondered what the hell this is. This is actually a super effective cardio exercise or way to do cardio for burning calories. So in the shortest amount of time, basically, you're gonna be burning the most amount of calories. Now, HIIT consists of 2 different phases, a sprinting phase and a recovery phase or a walking phase. The sprinting phase usually goes in 30 seconds. So you're going all out, 85 to 100% if you can, pushing yourself as fast as you can for 30 seconds. As soon as that stops, as soon as that timer is up, then you move into recovery phase. So this can be either walking, or if you're a little bit more fit, then it can be a very light jog. But basically, you're just trying to bring your heart rate back down because it just went soaring through the roof. Now, traditionally, the recovery phase is also 30 seconds. And in my experience with this, even when I'm at my most fit, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off isn't enough time for you to go 100% in your next sprint. So you can try to follow the 30-30 strict protocol, but what I'll usually do is 30 seconds full on sprint, and then between 30 and 60 seconds for the recovery. That way, as I move into later sets and I need more recovery, I can use more of that 60-second area instead of the 30-second area. Now, an important note for a lot of you guys who, one, maybe can't go out into a field, don't have a field around you, maybe live in a city, or for those of you who maybe aren't ready for lots of high impact cardio, because I totally get that with the knees and everything like that, you can actually perform HIIT on any cardio exercise at all. Meaning you could do it on a Stairmaster, you could do it on a treadmill, you could do it in the pool swimming, you could do it on a bicycle, you can do it literally any way that you want. You could even do it with upper body cardio. Now, generally when I put this into somebody's program for them to first start it, I want them to start with very small intervals for a couple reasons, but mainly because it's super hard. I want you to not get discouraged by it, and also it just takes a little bit of time to build up to 7, 8, 9 intervals. So when I have someone do this, I usually start them with 3 intervals. So that's 3 sprints of 30 seconds, 3 recovery phases of 30 to 60 seconds. So if I was just to put this into my program fresh and I had never done this before, I would start with 3 intervals, and then each week I would put in 1 more interval, and I'd probably do 2 HIIT sessions per week. So you'd be doing 2 sessions at 3, and the next week you'd be 2 sessions at 4, and the next week 2 sessions at 5. And I'd probably work all the way up to, I would say 11 or 12, probably at the highest. I wouldn't do any more intervals than that. Not necessarily because it's bad for you or anything, but just because I feel like that's an ample amount. Because of the all-out nature of the HIIT protocol of sprinting, and because most people do not do sprints very often, make absolute sure that you do plenty of warm-ups before you get into this. If you just show up at the field or wherever and you just start sprinting, you're gonna pull something's gonna go bad. Make sure you give yourself plenty of warm-ups, lots of high knees, butt kicks, lots of slow jogging before you actually start, and then start to work yourself up to the intensity of sprinting by doing slow sprints and then medium sprints and then fast sprints. So that, my friends, is HIIT, high intensity interval training. You're probably gonna hear it a lot more now that maybe if you haven't heard it before, you're gonna hear a lot more now because you know what the term is. But that's what everyone is raving about. It's a really good form of cardio for people who don't have a lot of time. Like, for example, people who work a ton, and people who say, I don't have enough time to get a full workout in. You can blast the same amount of cardio you get in like 20, 30, 40-minute session in 7 to 12 minutes. It's crazy. This is also a really good form of cardio for people who come from a very athletic, competitive background where you're used to lots of sprints and you really want to challenge yourself and you really want to test your limits. That's a really good type of person this is for. I will warn you though, if you haven't done this before, if you're not someone who's really in shape when it comes to cardio, like for example me, you probably have seen me in a lot of the slow motion in this video. And I am not super well versed with cardio at the moment. I'm not doing pretty much any cardio at the moment because I'm bulking. But if you're someone who's not very conditioned with cardio, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough. You're gonna feel like your lungs are falling out of your chest and stuff. So take it easy the first couple of times just to figure it out, and then kind of gauge how you wanna do this. But like I said, you can go 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, or you can kind of make your own protocol up. The idea is the intervals are bringing your heart rate up, and then they're bringing them back down. But now we're back on the public road, off the private road, so I'm gonna end this video. If you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. Leave me a comment, let me know what you actually liked about it, or what you'd like to see in the future, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Enjoy your HIIT. Team Beyond the Week, CT.
Lift heavy or die Myron, motherfucker.
Team Beyond the Week.
CT, lift heavy or die